Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And tonight we have some wrestling news, and then we're gonna do SmackDown recap here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started. So Roman Reigns man officially surpasses Pedro Morales and becomes the fifth longest reigning WWE champion of all time, modern era. So now ahead of him, I believe, is Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, and Hulk Hogan. I think there's somebody else. There's like four people ahead of him. I think Hogan had two reigns. I think he had two reigns. One at 1,000 days, and the other one at 2,000 days. So I think Hogan is next with 1,000, and then it would be then I believe it would be Hogan again at fourth, and then I think if Bob Backlund at third and Bruno Sammartino at first. So I think that's why Hulk Hogan has two, one at 2,000 days and one at 1,000 days. But anyways, Roman Reigns passes Pedro Morales. He's officially the a top five reigns as champion, man. Congratulations to Roman Reigns. AEW, man, like I said, more stuff came out about the wrestlers, a lot of them not being happy about CM Punk being on Dynamite this past week when it was promised that he wasn't going to be on Dynamite at all. They said one of the wrestlers, one of the top stars, said to go home very frustrated with the situation. And now FTR, one of the members of FTR, Dash or Harwood, which some of them has said, hey, man, if you have a problem, how about you come say it to our face? And then he deleted the tweet because that's what happened last time, right? Freaking Kenny Omega, the Elites, they had a problem with CM Punk. They went to go see him, confront him, and they got into a fist fight. Pendejo face for FTR, man. Jesus Christ, that's what happened last time. You guys got into a fist fight. Oh, my Lord. Hopefully, Tony Khan realizes this is not good at all. And they can interesting to see what happens tomorrow at Forbidden Door, because it's going to be the first time that Kenny Omega, CM Punk, the Young Bucks are going to be in the same arena in September. So this is going to be, because like I said, this past Wednesday, that backstage segment between the Elites, that the backstage segment they did, that was done last week. They were not in the arena this past Wednesday for Dynamite. That was done last week because they didn't want him to be in the same arena with CM Punk. But now they're going to have to do it for sure. I wonder if Tony Khan's going to maybe I don't know, maybe he's just gonna tell CM Punk to stay in his what do you call it, his BRB, what the hell you call it, the buses where they travel. Maybe tell him just to stay there the whole time and just come up for his match and then leave. That's something I would consider if I was Tony Khan, to avoid any problems. Hey, just stay in your freaking traveling bus, and once your match comes on, you can come into the arena. And then once the match is over, leave the arena. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that, man. But let's see what happens. But this is just crazy, man. They're already having problems. Only a week into it. SmackDown reportedly once again was a lot of the plans were changed by Vince McMahon. There was supposed to be a triple threat match between LA Knight, Santos Escobar, and who was the other member? I don't even remember. It was going to be a triple threat match. Instead, it got canceled to a singles match with LA Knight versus Rey Mysterio, where LA Knight won. I think that was kind of better, right? Because Rey Mysterio's not in the Money in the Bank briefcase match. So they made LA Knight look really strong, beating Rey Mysterio. And then there was another match that was supposed to be Bayley versus Shotzi, and that one also got scrapped out. So once again, just like Raw, it was supposed to be Tommaso Ciampa versus Seth Rollins. Instead, it got changed to Finn Balor attacking Seth Rollins, and then The Miz having the match with Tommaso Ciampa. Same thing here, a triple threat match gets scrapped, and instead we get a one-on-one with LA Knight and Rey Mysterio. If you ask me, those matches are better though, right? I think what happened this past week with making Finn Balor look stronger, getting him more momentum by attacking Seth Rollins, and then this switching the triple threat match to just having LA Knight versus Rey Mysterio. To me, I feel like those were better, honestly, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, so at least two matches were scrapped at the last final moments by Vince McMahon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it with the news. Let's go over and let's do SmackDown. SmackDown. So what was it yesterday? June 23. June 20. All right, here we go. Oh my lord. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this shit going, man. All right, so freaking SmackDown from New Orleans, Lafayette, Louisiana, whatever. Lafayette, yeah, Louisiana, whatever. However the hell they're calling it. It kicks off with the Usos, man. Right away, Jay looks like he's still kind of questioning what the decision, right? He's about to say the bloodlines in your city. And instead, Jimmy's like, no, we don't say that anymore. And he just says, the Usos are in your city. And he talks about how they still love Roman Reigns, your family. We're not going to forget you. And Jimmy's like, Jimmy's like looking at him weird. He's like, yeah, we still love you, Roman. For 3 years we rode with you. The problem became when you started disrespecting us. That's when we had enough. You can't disrespect us like that. And then they start talking about how like the main problem is Paul Heyman. He's like, we'll always love Roman Reigns. He's part of the family. But the outsider is the problem, Paul Heyman. So pretty interesting stuff right there. Then they just walked away. And then they pass Solo Sikoa right into the arena with Paul Heyman, and Rich Holland accidentally like runs into him, and Solo just gets pissed and hits him with Samoan Spike. And so Rich Holland's just laying there getting medical attention. And then Sheamus tells Adam Pearce, "I want a match versus Solo, man. I can't believe this is happening, man." So that would to be the main event: Solo versus Sheamus. That was going to be the main event of the show. So let's move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Let's freaking move forward. Then we get Rey Mysterio versus LA Knight. Really good match here, man. Back and forth, back and forth. At the end, LA Knight hits his finisher and wins the match, man. LA Knight wins the match. Pretty good match here. Might have been the best match of the night, honestly. After the match, LA Knight trying to pull out Rey Mysterio's mask, and then Santos Escobar comes out, and LA Knight just runs away. Let's see here. And then we get the unification match between the Women's Championships and the NXT Championships. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Pretty good match here. It seemed like the whole match, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire were dominating. And then at the end, freaking Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Ronda Rousey puts one of them in the armbar, or Shayna Baszler puts the other one in a chokehold, and they just tap out. It's almost like the whole time I felt like the other two, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, were winning. And then at the end, they just put them in submissions and they win. So now Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are unified both the WWE Women's Championships and the NXT Women's Championships. So I wonder if they're going to get new titles. I don't know. Maybe they'll get, I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see, man. Maybe that's what they're going to do next. They're going to bring new titles for both the man and the woman tag teams. Maybe they'll call the man like the WWE Tag Team Champions, and they'll call the woman maybe the WWE World Heavyweight Tag Team. Who knows? We'll see. But for now, both the woman and the man tag teams have been unified. Now, this means that Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler can now go to Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. They can go to all three brands now. And I think this is smart, right? Because it does, I think sometimes you do like tag teams in the women's division. Now you have three different brands, right? You have Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So there's going to be more depth to the women's tag team division. And what they can do too is obviously have maybe at times maybe have the matches on NXT, but also have them either on Raw or SmackDown. Anyways, but after the match, Raquel Rodriguez is ringside watching the match. Once it's over, she's walking away. And the Rousey's like, hey, where the hell are you going? And she's like, hey, we never lost our titles, man. And then they're like, what are you talking about? We? And then freaking Liv Morgan is back. They have a face-off in the ring. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez and Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And then Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey walk away. So I think they actually have a match next week now. They're going to defend the titles next week versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are going to defend them versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. So that should be fun. And then we get the Grayson Waller effect with Pretty Deadly, man. Whatever. So then we get that. Here we go with this shit. Anyway. Oh boy. All these freaking ads popping up on this shit. Anyways. So then we get the Grayson Waller effect with Pretty Deadly. And then it just freaking leads off to a match with the Street Profits. Pretty good match here, man. Pretty damn good match, man. At the end, freaking I thought the Street Profits was gonna win this match, but at the end, Pretty Deadly wins again. They had to make them look strong though, because they are gonna have a. Remember, they won the Godlike match for their own contenders, and they're actually gonna face them. Is it at Money in the Bank or next Friday? They're gonna face Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So I can understand why they have to make them look strong, since they are the number one contenders. So that's why they had them win. But a very good match here. They got a freaking like a roll up, but I forgot which one it was. Was it Wilson or Prince? And I think it was Prince doing the roll up, but then Wilson helps him with putting his feet on the rope to get more leverage, and that's how they win. That's how they freaking win, man. And then we get Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans. I believe this was supposed to be the Bayley Shotzi match, and instead they put Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans. And kind of a fun match, whatever. Charlotte Flair wins the match. After the match, Asuka comes out. She attacks. Charlotte has the, she's winning the match. She has the figure 8 on Lacey Evans, and while she has it on, Asuka comes out and just hits her in the face, and she attacks her. So they'll be facing each other Money in the Bank for the match for the WWE Women's Championship. Asuka versus Charlotte Flair, and the winner faces, I believe, at SummerSlam will face Bianca Belair. All right, whatever. Let's move forward. And then we get the main event: Solo Sikoa versus Sheamus. Really fun match, man. Just back and forth, man. These guys are hating each other, man. At the end, man, Solo Sikoa, they're outside the ring, and Solo Sikoa just puts them through the barricade. He does the move where he just has like Sheamus like sitting down by the barricade, and then he just hits him with like the ass, I guess. He just runs his ass into him, the barricade, and just freaking the barricade breaks. And then they stop the match. Sheamus is out cold, and I feel this is gonna. I don't know how Sheamus feels about this. Remember, he was already frustrated with creative, and now you have they pretty much, this is like a stopped it or beating the shit out of the medical staff, and then the Usos come out. So then Solo gets back in the ring. He wants to fight the Usos. They hit him with like 2 or 3 super kicks. He won't go down. They finally hit him with a double super kick. He goes down. And then again, the Usos are like celebrating. They're kind of staring down Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is all freaked out. And again, Solo gets back up. Again, another double super kick. And then they go up to the top rope and hit him with a double splash. And that was basically the end of the show, man. The Usos just celebrating as Solo is down. And Paul Heyman's just watching, freaking out. And this show was it was all right, man. Whatever. It was one of those where it was just Mid-Card City all over the place, right? Mid-Card City, the two people that are supposed to make it feel special, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair. They lost their mystique, both of those. They're not what they used to be. But they're not to me. they're not the draws they used to be, neither of them. On the men's side, I mean, this was supposed, Rey Mysterio, LA Knights, and probably Solo and Sheamus were the biggest two matches. That fun match in the middle with Pretty Deadly and Street Profits was pretty cool. But this was one of those shows where just a bunch of mid-carders. I'm surprised they didn't have anything with like AJ Styles and Karrion Kross on this show. They didn't have anything with that. So yeah, it was just like a pretty mid-card show. Yeah, whatever. There was some good There were some good matches in there. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, holla.